Why are verbal fillers so bad? Hi, I'm Tina B, and this is an episode of Tina's Tiny Theater, a tiny space with big ideas about communication. Let's talk about verbal fillers or vocalized pauses. Why are they so bad? Well, they can kill your credibility in just a moment. And I remember many years ago when I heard a speaker utter multiple verbal fillers. In fact, it became a game with me and other audience members, and this speaker cluttered their talk with 42 different fillers. Here I am years later. I don't remember an ounce of the content of that message, but what I do remember, 42 verbal fillers. So you don't want to hurt your credibility. You want to connect with your audience, and you want them to listen to your message. So let's talk about some strategies of how you can best assess yourself and do better. So the first is, when do I say a verbal filler? So is it at the beginning of the sentence? I'm going to give a public speech today. Or is it at the middle of the sentence? I'm going to give a speech today. Or is it at the end of the sentence? I'm going to give a speech today. So assess, where exactly do you give this verbal filler? Maybe even have a friend listen to you to be able to give you that information to evaluate. So that self-evaluation of the when is important. Secondly, why? Why do I give a verbal filler? Is it first, I'm not prepared and I'm just truly thinking about what I want to say next and I need that think time? Is it, I'm just super, super nervous? Or is it just out of habit? So figure out the why. Ask yourself, why am I saying this verbal filler? So once you figure out the when and the why, here are some strategies to help you. Prior to your presentation, practice your speech differently. We get into this mode of just practicing in our heads, which isn't effective, or we practice from beginning to end over and over again. So it becomes a robotic kind of style or pattern in our heads. Why not practice in the middle, then the end, then the beginning, or start at the backwards and work your way up? Then you really know the content of the message and you're listening to yourself and hearing those sentences out loud. So practice your speech, different pattern, different order. Secondly, there is power in the pause. Think about moments when you can pause, whether it's before or after an important point. Maybe it's after some really hard data to understand, or it's a transition. We appreciate pauses, but what's interesting, think time or pause time for the speaker feels really, really long when it isn't that long at all. That felt really long for me. The last is pacing. When you are speaking, it's really great to speed up in moments when you're telling a story and it's easy and it's fluid, but then slow your cadence and slow it in a deliberative manner. So those are some strategies to think about to help you with those vocalized fillers, pauses, so that you can know better, do better. And that leads us to our dear friend Thoreau, who will say, "It's impossible to say all that we think, even to our truest friends." For more information, check out tinabakehouse.com.